I move that the House record its deep regret at the death on 3rd of May 2023 of the Honourable Anthony Allan Staley, AO, a former minister and member of this House for the division of Chisholm from 1970 to 1980, place on record its appreciation of his meritorious public service and tender its sympathy to his family in their bereavement.
And I call the Prime Minister.
Thanks very much, Mr Speaker. As a schoolboy, Tony Staley was drawn to drama, history, poetry and debating. He thought those interests might suit a life in the church. But when he asked his school chaplain about this, the answer he got was, according to himself, "For God's sake, man, don't go into it." So instead he chose politics. Still plenty of drama and debating, poetry on the good days, on the best days, making history. After studying law and politics, he taught at the University of Melbourne. In his eulogy at last week's state funeral, Tony's former student, Petro Georgiou, spoke of his indelible recollection of Tony Staley's passion and intellect. For many undergraduates like me, he brought politics and democratic values to life. Then in 1970, he swapped theory for practice. He spent the next decade in Parliament in pursuit of, and I quote, "the ideas, the philosophy, the passion, the commitment and the courage which are at the heart of great government and great politics." Commitment and courage are recurring themes when people talk about Tony Staley. His policy determination, his hard strategic edge, and his courage, not only in holding to his convictions but in his personal life, miraculously surviving a horrific car accident in 1990 and spending the remainder of his years walking with calipers. Can I say this on a personal level? Every time I ran into Tony Staley, he was encouraging, he was delightful, he was a gentleman, and he's someone who regarded the pursuit of politics as being an honourable profession, and he was indeed an honourable man. Many Liberal Party figures from the era that served with him have spoken of Tony's talents as an administrator, campaigner and unifier, but I can think of no greater tribute to his political skill than the fact that Graham Richardson admired his audacity. Tony's greatest legacy was his role as Communications Minister in the Fraser government, and it was while he was Minister that he established the SBS, an institution that continues to simultaneously showcase our great multicultural nation and nourish it. He was also a vocal supporter of the ABC and of community radio, which he saw as a profoundly democratic service. Tony Staley used to say that politics was a great job but a bad life. But nobody, least of all Tony himself, would have called his life anything but full and well spent. On behalf of the government and on behalf of the Australian Labor Party, we offer our sincere and heartfelt sympathy to his family, to his friends and his colleagues. May he rest in peace.